Creatine is the most researched supplement in the fitness world. But does it really work? Let's separate the myths from the facts. If you spend any time in a gym, you have probably heard the word creatine. It is a topic that comes up frequently in locker rooms. It is a topic that comes up frequently in online fitness forums. Lifters talk about it as a secret weapon. Building muscle, getting stronger. You might see people mixing a white powder into their water bottles before a heavy workout. Close up, shaker with creatine powder. They might mention that it helps them push through one more difficult repetition. This supplement has become one of the most popular and widely used products in the entire fitness industry. Its reputation has grown immensely over the years, making it a staple for athletes everywhere. Despite its immense popularity, creatine is also surrounded by a lot of confusion and mystery. For every person who swears by its benefits, there seems to be another person who questions its safety. New gym goers often hear conflicting stories and are left wondering what to believe. Some sources claim it is a completely natural and harmless compound that simply boosts your energy. Others warn of potential side effects, dehydration. Others warn of potential side effects, kidney problems. This constant back and forth makes it difficult for anyone to get a clear and honest answer. Myths, half-truths, exaggerated claims, making the truth hard to find. The amount of misinformation out there can be overwhelming for anyone trying to make an informed decision about their health. You might read articles that praise creatine as a miracle supplement for muscle growth. Then you might see a social media post that claims it is dangerous and should be avoided at all costs. This leaves many people feeling stuck, unsure if taking creatine is a smart move or a risky gamble. The conflicting advice often comes from people who are not experts, which only adds to the confusion. Separating reliable information from baseless rumors is a major challenge for the average person interested in fitness. This is exactly why we created this guide today. We want to cut through all the noise and give you the real facts. Our goal at GymProLife is to provide you with clear, science-backed information so you can make a choice that is right for you. What creatine is, how it works inside your body, what scientific research says about benefits and safety. By the end, you will have the knowledge you need to decide if this supplement aligns with your personal fitness goals. We believe that an educated lifter is a stronger and safer lifter. Before you consider adding any supplement to your routine, it is crucial to understand the science behind it. This is especially true for something as popular and debated as creatine. Simply following trends or listening to gym gossip is not a smart approach to your health and training. Your body is a complex system, and anything you put into it can have a significant impact. Taking the time to learn how a supplement works allows you to use it effectively and safely. Knowledge is your most powerful tool, giving you control over your fitness journey and helping you avoid potential problems down the road. To truly understand creatine, we first need to define what it is. Contrary to some myths, creatine is not a steroid or a synthetic lab-made drug. It is a completely natural, organic compound that your body produces on its own. The name creatine comes from the Greek word for meat, kreis, which gives you a clue about where it's found. Chemically speaking, it is made from 3 amino acids, glycine, arginine, and methionine. These amino acids are the fundamental building blocks of protein. Your body combines them primarily in the liver and kidneys to create the creatine that fuels your daily activities, from blinking your eyes to lifting heavy weights. Your body produces about 1 gram of creatine per day, which is a process that happens naturally without you even thinking about it. Once produced, it travels through your bloodstream to tissues that have high energy demands, most notably your skeletal muscles. In fact, about 95% of your body's total creatine supply is stored directly in your muscle tissue. The remaining 5% is found in other places like your brain, heart, and other organs that require a constant and rapid supply of energy to function properly. In addition to what your body makes, you also get creatine from your diet, especially especially if you eat meat and fish. Foods like red meat such as beef and certain types of fish like herring and salmon are particularly rich in creatine. For example, a pound of uncooked beef or salmon can contain between 1 to 2 grams of this vital compound. This is why vegetarians and vegans often have lower baseline levels of creatine stored in their muscles, as their diets lack these primary natural sources. So when you see someone taking a creatine supplement, they are not introducing a foreign substance into their system. They are simply increasing their body's stores of a compound that is already there and is essential for normal function. The goal of supplementation is to saturate the muscles with more creatine than what can be achieved through diet and natural production alone. This topping off of your creatine reserves is what allows you to unlock the performance-enhancing benefits that we will discuss later. Now that we know what creatine is, let's explore how it functions as a power source within your body. To understand this, we need to talk about something called adenosine triphosphate, or ATP. You can think of ATP as the direct energy currency of your cells. Every single action your body performs, a muscle contraction during a bicep curl, the firing of a neuron in your brain. When your body needs energy, it breaks down an ATP molecule, which releases a burst of power. The problem with ATP is that your body can only store a very small amount of it at any given time. In fact, you only have enough stored ATP to fuel a few seconds of intense, all-out effort. Think about a 100-meter sprint or a single heavy maximal lift. This is where creatine enters the picture. Its primary role in the body is to help regenerate this crucial ATP supply quickly. Here is how the process works in more detail. When ATP is used for energy, it loses a phosphate group and becomes adenosine diphosphate, or ADP. You can think of ADP as a discharged battery. This is where creatine, in its stored form as phosphocreatine, comes to the rescue. Phosphocreatine is essentially creatine with a high-energy phosphate molecule attached to it. It acts as a generous donor, quickly giving its phosphate group to the ADP molecule. This rapid donation instantly recharges ADP, turning it back into the high-energy ATP molecule. By having more creatine stored in your muscles through supplementation, you are essentially increasing the size of this energy reservoir. This means you can regenerate ATP more quickly and for a slightly longer duration. This is the fundamental mechanism behind creatine's ability to enhance performance, allowing you to work harder and for longer before fatigue sets in. Let's put this science into a real-world gym scenario to make it crystal clear. Imagine you're on the bench press, setting up to lift a heavy load for 8 reps. First 2 reps, third rep, muscles run on stored ATP. Those initial reps feel strong and explosive. As you push the third rep, the fourth rep, ATP stores start depleting fast. Muscles are now screaming for more energy. This is the critical moment. Phosphocreatine takes over. Creatine, as phosphocreatine, donates phosphates to regenerate ATP. That lets you power through the middle reps, rep 4, rep 5, rep 6. Without enough phosphocreatine, ATP drops and you hit failure sooner. You'd feel strength fade and might rack the weight early. Supplementing with creatine saturates muscles and boosts that system. More phosphocreatine. Nisaikinaya sustain high energy output a bit longer. That can mean 1 extra rep or 2 extra reps. Instead of failing at 6, you might push to a 7th or even an 8th with good form. Those extra heavy reps create microscopic tears in muscle fibers. That increased stimulus signals your body to build bigger, stronger muscles. That's the link between creatine, improved work capacity, and growth. Creatine doesn't build muscle by magic. It improves work capacity so you can train harder and give muscles a bigger stimulus. More high-quality reps and sets over weeks, while more training volume. Progressive overload drives long-term gains in strength and size. In essence, creatine helps you do the work needed to build a stronger physique. The most well-known and sought-after benefit of creatine supplementation is its profound impact on muscle growth and strength. Hundreds of scientific studies have confirmed this effect, making it one of the most reliable supplements available for anyone looking to enhance their physique. This increased work capacity directly translates to greater muscle hypertrophy, which is the scientific term for an increase in the size of your muscle cells. When you can consistently lift heavier weights or complete more repetitions, you provide a stronger signal for your muscles to adapt and grow larger. Beyond simply allowing you to train harder, creatine also influences muscle growth through other cellular pathways. One notable effect is that it draws water into your muscle cells, a process known as cell volumization. This makes your muscles look fuller and larger, which is often one of the first things people notice when they start taking creatine. This increased cell hydration is believed to be an anabolic or muscle building signal in itself. It can help increase protein synthesis while also decreasing protein breakdown, resulting in a more favorable environment for muscle growth. The evidence supporting creatine's effect on strength is just as robust. A large body of research has consistently shown that creatine supplementation leads to significant increases in strength across a wide range of exercises. While building bigger muscles is a primary goal for many, creatine's benefits extend far beyond just size. It is exceptionally effective for improving anaerobic power and performance. This enhancement is not just theoretical. It has been proven time and time again in athletic performance studies. Athletes in sports that require repeated bursts of speed and power, such as football, basketball, track and field, often see measurable improvements with creatine. The effect on performance is particularly noticeable in workouts that involve multiple sets of high-intensity effort with short rest periods. Creatine helps you replenish your energy stores more quickly during those brief rest periods. Although creatine is most famous for its effects on short, powerful bursts of activity, research suggests it also offers surprising benefits for muscular endurance and recovery. One underrated benefit is its positive impact on recovery between workouts. Research shows creatine can speed up this process. It reduces markers of muscle damage and inflammation after hard exercise. This enhanced recovery links to glycogen resynthesis. Co-ingesting creatine with carbs can accelerate how quickly muscles replenish glycogen compared to carbs alone. While the fitness world has focused almost exclusively on creatine's effects on muscle, an exciting and growing area of research is exploring its benefits for brain health and cognitive function. Just like your muscles, your brain is an incredibly energy-demanding organ. The brain also uses the ATP and phosphocreatine system to power its activities, especially during mentally demanding tasks that require rapid thinking, problem solving, and memory recall. Research has shown that creatine supplementation can improve performance on certain short-term memory and intelligence tests, particularly in situations where the brain is under stress, for example, tasks performed under conditions of sleep deprivation or mental fatigue. The potential benefits are even more pronounced in populations with naturally lower creatine levels, such as vegetarians and older adults. Studies have consistently shown that when vegetarians supplement with creatine, they experience significant improvements in memory and processing speed. It highlights that creatine's role in the body is far more comprehensive than just fueling muscle contractions. It is a fundamental component of energy metabolism in all high-energy tissues. One of the most persistent and damaging myths surrounding creatine is the idea that it is a type of anabolic steroid. This could not be further from the truth. Structurally and functionally, creatine and anabolic steroids are completely different compounds. Creatine is a natural organic compound made from amino acids. Its mechanism of action is purely energy-based. It helps your muscles regenerate their primary fuel source, ATP. Major sporting bodies like the International Olympic Committee and the National Collegiate Athletic Association permit the use of creatine. This would not be the case if it were a steroid or dangerous PED. This myth often leads to the related claim that creatine is an unnatural substance. You consume creatine naturally every time you eat meat and fish. Perhaps the most serious accusation leveled against creatine is that it is harmful to the kidneys. This concern often originates from a misunderstanding. When creatine is broken down, it produces a waste product called creatinine. The overwhelming consensus from hundreds of studies: creatine does not cause kidney damage in healthy individuals. Another common myth: creatine causes dehydration and muscle cramping. In fact, some research suggests the opposite may be true. By helping cells stay better hydrated, creatine may improve thermoregulation and reduce risk of heat-related illnesses. Reports of cramping are almost always anecdotal and likely caused by factors such as inadequate hydration from water, an electrolyte imbalance, or muscular fatigue rather than creatine itself. A relatively new myth is the claim that creatine supplementation leads to hair loss. This concern stems almost entirely from a single small study conducted in 2009. While the DHT levels did increase, they remained well within normal clinical ranges. Most importantly, this single study has not been replicated in the dozen or so studies that have investigated creatine and testosterone since. The overwhelming weight of evidence does not support a link. This leads us to another common misconception, that creatine is a supplement designed only for male bodybuilders. However, creatine's benefits are not gender specific. Female athletes who supplement with creatine can expect to see the same performance enhancing benefits: strength, power, and muscle growth. Furthermore, the benefits for women extend beyond just athletic performance. Emerging research is exploring the positive effects of creatine supplementation throughout various stages of a woman's life. The most common and scientifically validated approach involves two distinct phases: a loading phase and a maintenance phase. The loading phase is designed to saturate your muscle cells with creatine as quickly as possible. This typically involves taking around 20 grams per day for 5 to 7 days, split into 4 or 5 smaller doses. However, it is important to understand that this loading phase is not strictly necessary. You can achieve the exact same level of muscle saturation by taking a smaller daily dose over a longer period. Once your muscles are fully saturated, you can switch to a lower daily dose to keep them topped off. This is known as the maintenance phase. For the vast majority of people, a daily dose of 3 to 5 grams is sufficient. Taking more than this amount during the maintenance phase is generally unnecessary, as your muscles have a saturation point. Any excess creatine will simply be excreted from your body as waste. After figuring out the correct dosage, the next logical question that arises is about timing. Is there a perfect window to take your creatine? The good news is that for the most part, the timing is far less critical than ensuring you take it consistently. That being said, some research suggests there might be a slight advantage to taking creatine in close proximity to your workout, specifically in the post-workout window. To capitalize on this, many people choose to mix their daily creatine dose into their post-workout protein shake. Combining creatine with a source of fast-digesting carbohydrates and protein may further enhance its absorption. Ultimately, the best advice is to focus on consistency above all else. Choose a time that fits seamlessly into your daily routine, because the creatine you take consistently will always be more effective than the one you occasionally forget. Walk into any supplement store and you'll see a dazzling array of products. This marketing can be confusing. Despite clever marketing, the scientific verdict is clear. Creatine monohydrate is the king. It is the most extensively studied form, with hundreds of clinical trials backing its safety and effectiveness. Our recommendation at GymProLife is simple. Stick with creatine monohydrate. For best results, look for micronized creatine monohydrate, which improves its ability to dissolve in water and can help reduce minor stomach discomfort. The primary group of people who should consider creatine are healthy, active adults engaged in resistance training or high-intensity sports, lifters, bodybuilders, powerlifters, CrossFit athletes, team sports athletes, vegetarians and vegans, and older adults. While creatine is remarkably safe, there are certain individuals who should exercise caution or avoid it altogether. People with pre-existing kidney disease or liver disease. Another group that should be cautious are adolescents and teenagers. Pregnant and breastfeeding women are also advised to avoid creatine supplementation. There is simply not enough research to definitively establish its safety. Finally, if you are taking any specific medications, particularly those that can affect kidney function, it is crucial to consult your doctor. The overarching rule is simple. When in doubt, talk to a qualified medical professional. We have journeyed through the science, the benefits, and the myths. We have established that creatine is not a steroid but a natural compound. The evidence is clear. For healthy individuals, creatine is a safe and remarkably effective tool. Ultimately, the decision to take creatine is a personal one based on your individual goals, health status, and training style. We hope this comprehensive guide has armed you with the knowledge to make an informed choice. At GymProLife, we believe that understanding the truth is the first step to training smarter and building a stronger you. Thanks for watching GymProLife. If this video helped you understand creatine, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone thinking about supplements. Remember, knowledge builds strength just as much as training.